What's up, y'all? Thanks for stopping by the Search T channel. I'm Search T, and this is my rundown and or review and thoughts of Monday Night Raw. You have to earn it. Really, Charlotte? Like you earn your title shots by having them handed to you. I don't know why they keep making her talk as inanely as they make her talk. You know? Or maybe they're being clever, WWE, which sometimes doesn't go hand in hand, especially the writers. And they know that there's fans that are complaining about certain things, so they use it in her speeches so that she could try to get a jab in on us. Still says that she's the opportunity. I still don't understand what that means. She has no title. She's an opportunity. Well, opportunity to the belt, to the gold, to being a top tier superstar. I don't know what that means. And then after she's in the ring, she interrupts Nikki ASH, Nikki Cross, the Raw Women's Champion, who gives an amazing, very, very good promo. She cut a great promo. You know what I mean? She's really, really doing a great job. And then now we have a triple threat match. Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce comes out when after Rhea Ripley comes in and she wants a shot at the championship. They say that it's a triple threat and it's on at SummerSlam, so at least that gives Nikki Cross a little more time with the belt. That she's gonna have probably a 30-day reign or like that. She might not have a long reign, but she's gonna have a reign at least that's decent. At least that's okay, that longer than Charlotte's. How many reigns that she had? Where 1 day, 1 week, 30 days. Has she gone in any of the Raw tag titles or even the SmackDown titles? Have she gone that long? How long has she gone, right? But and the only thing what I say is the fact that Charlotte does deserve it because she is a former champ. They usually get a title shot. And then Rhea, she won the match by disqualification, so she still deserves a shot. So this is one time where it's like, okay, all three of them, both of them deserve a shot. So make it a triple threat at SummerSlam. Next we have Damian Priest versus Sheamus in a number one contenders U.S. title match, or they call it a championship contenders match. It makes sense here, but then again, Byron Saxton, that nincompoop, says that if Priest wins, that we got to believe he will be in line for a title shot. I'm at a loss, for words when it comes to this idiot. That's what it is, Or is it just that title? Cause it's like you're searching for a contendership for the title, but it's not going to be definite even if you win. Is that what that means? And then Adam Pearce has to make the decision. But then Priest does get the win by delivering Reckoning. No, he didn't. He didn't bring Mia Yim to the ring. No, he didn't bring not Reckoning, but the name of his move. Which didn't they call it another move, too? They called it another name before. But he gets the pin, and then the commentators say Priest is now in the conversation to be the next challenger. He's not in the conversation. This was what this match was about, wasn't it? It's just confusing. Raw Tag Team Championship match because the Viking Raiders pinned Morrison. They didn't pin the champ just because they pinned the other team that included the tag team champions. This is what I was thinking, earlier in the evening. I go, why is it that these guys insist on repeating title matches, repeating contenders? Like the Rolling Loud match that Bianca Belair had with Carmella. Carmella again? They're going to put someone else in there? WWE is really one-sided, one-minded. They just don't want to, overexert themselves. So we'll just grab that person over there, the same one that didn't she have a title match? Didn't he have a title match last week? we don't want to overexert ourselves. So let's just put them in a title match. We don't want to have time, or we don't want to bother building up someone else or having a surprise challenger. Like at Rolling Loud, they could have had someone else. Like, what I mean? Bianca Belair goes out there, and then they announce who the opponent is, and then someone just comes out, and it's like a surprise. It's like a shock. It's like refreshing. You honestly think Carmella's gonna win? That piece of shit, boring ass waste of a damn thing when they went to that Rolling Loud thing. Nobody was into it. Nobody cared. Everybody was pretty much sitting on their hands or had their hands folded like this, or they were facing the other way. And the ones that were excited or whatever, maybe it was only like, let's say there's 10,000 people there. Maybe it was only about 100 of them. You see their hands going like this, like they're excited about it. Are they gonna try that again? I hope not. And well, in this match, the Raw Tag Team Title match, of course, Omos does the choke bomb, and they retain the titles. What else did you expect? Now, Drew McIntyre versus Veer. I was about to say Shaky or Shankly, but Shanky is out. The pictures were shown on social media, very brutal. His back was fucked up by those chair shots. Even Mick Foley had a problem with that. And he's a guy who took a lot of chair shots from The Rock during their epic rivalry feud, right? Even he said it was too much, about 35 shots. I think that's a bit much, but And then in the end, Drew wins by DQ because Mahal hands Veer a chair. And there's a chair in front of him, and he eats a Claymore. The ref sees it, sees that Veer has the chair in his hand, so of course Veer gets disqualified. Then next we have a recap of Eva Marie and her award-winning acting in Alexa's Playground. Remember when she tripped over her foot? She couldn't even do that right. You can tell she purposely did it. Like she didn't just like trip. Just trip. All you have to do is just trip. That's all she can do. She can't do nothing right. And then her and Piper Niven looking to target the tag team titles. How about you rack up some victories first? And I bring it up. So what is up with these matches being referred to as championship contenders matches? They even did it with this match. Is it because they're facing the champions? Well, it's funny because with Charlotte, they did the same thing later on. But Charlotte, she's already a contender. She's going to be facing Nikki Cross in a match later. She was challenged by, by Nikki. And they're going to go against the tag team champs, like I said. Women's division title match. Tag team match. And then she's trying to be a little cutesy with her moves. She ducks Natalia. She does all these little things, avoids any kind of, moves or anything like that. Trying to put together some kind of offense. She just tags out to Piper Niven every time. And then she allows Lily, who's on the Tron, imitating her vignettes and all that, Eva Marie's vignettes. She gets distracted, does Eva Marie, and she gets a super kick to her face, and Eva Marie takes the L. Yep, she continues to be a joke. And Alexa distracts her, like I said, distracting her with Lily on the Tron. And like I said, man, Eva Marie can't afford to lose. They're trying to build this up as, she's distracted. Oh, something happened. This happened. That's why she lost. Like I said, she is the one that you cannot do that typical way of building up somebody to be of somebody who will come up from behind and wow us and come back and string together a number of victories. She doesn't have that luxury. I noticed that you look at the audience and they're all looking at Eva Marie. They ain't looking at her because she's beautiful or that she's someone to look at. It's like we're like this. Let's see how she performs in the ring. Let's see if she does anything in the ring. And again, she didn't impress me in the ring. You watch Piper Niven, right? You watch her in the ring. Smooth. All her moves together. She's just like that, She's like money in the ring, man. Why you continue to saddle her with that lump? Hello, let's pull the trigger now on that rivalry. And then she can squash Eva Marie, and then she can move on and be a serious contender to the Raw Women's title. Yeah. Now let's move on to Karrion Kross and Keith Lee. Now both men lost in their return slash debuts last week. And who will win? And who will continue their slide down the card? Well, Scarlett, again, she's not by Kross's side, and that's a big mistake. Big mistake by the main roster. You know, I love when she comes out, when she mouths the words of the song and starts saying "fall and pray," and from behind her comes Karrion Kross, intense and all that stuff. But then see a sequence of moves, and these guys are throwing each other. Saito suplexes from Karrion Kross, and you see Keith Lee throwing him behind him as well. Even outside the ring, action took place. But in the end, we see a cross jacket, a submission by the NXT champ, and Lee fought it, but eventually submits. They even mentioned that he's an NXT champion, and then they said that in another title win when it comes to NXT championship, he beat Keith Lee. They even brought that up. So there's history between them. And then they also brought up that he won his recent title from Finn Balor. Picks up the victory. If he continues to be dominant from this point on, we may forget the 2-minute match that he had with Jeff Hardy, who didn't even show up. Some people are saying, "Oh, he won the title. I mean, he won the match because he has his No More Words theme song back." I think it's too late. I love it. I love when he comes out with it and stuff like that. But I think it's a little too late. The way Jeff has been presented, more like a jobber, an enhancement talent, which is nothing wrong with that. But you don't have him defeat a current champion and someone like, Karrion Kross, who's dominant. I don't know why they wanted to book him like that last week. They might be making amends now. Let's see what happens as the weeks go by. Now, Mason T-Bar. Oh, no. They are still a thing. WWE, God, just drop their stupid names already. And then they're going to go against Mustafa Ali or Mustafa and Mansoor. And then what happens? Ali and Mansoor, they win by a roll-up by Mansoor on Mace. And it looks like Mustafa Ali is kind of going along with it. But it's going to take a little more convincing from the overexcited Mansoor. I mean, Ali did some move, some athletic move over the top rope, through the ropes. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. And he's all excited. He's all, "Hey, focus on the damn match," And they just need to do something with Mason T-Bar. Enough with the retribution thing, because it's no longer a thing anymore. Enough already. Now, a Hurt Business reunion, and I love how Benjamin, when he came out after Alexander came out, because we're all anticipating what is the almighty WWE champion Bobby Lashley going to say about the challenge by Goldberg. They come out, and I love how Sergeant Benjamin tells Alexander how annoying his voice is, and it is. He sounds like he needs a lozenge. Like he's talking, at first when he came out, he's talking very, very low tone, smooth, right? And then when he starts raising his voice, it's like, what is wrong with your voice? It's like somebody slid his throat, and then they sewed it back up, and he's trying to talk. It hasn't healed yet. It's like that. Like something wrong with you. Someone rip out your throat. What do you call it? What's the movie? Roadhouse. Remember how Patrick Swayze killed that guy? Ripped his throat out. Like somebody did that to him, and then they sewed it back on, and he's trying to talk, and he has no throat, or he has no ability to. Like, what's wrong with his throat? What's wrong with his voice? If you're gonna sound like that, and when you raise your voice, don't raise your voice. And I like how Benjamin said that. And we then see because he said, "Hey, a Goldberg challenge." Benjamin's like, "How about you have a real challenge?" And then he's going back and forth with Cedric Alexander, and then Lashley says, "I'll take you both on at the same time, not like it's a handicap match, but not a 1-on-2 tag handicap tag match is a handicap match where everybody's in the ring at the same time. And how much of a badass is Lashley? He just basically just mopped the floor with them, as you say, with the both of them. And then he dominates both his opponents, and dominate is the word because he uses the Dominator. Cedric Alexander throws him on what do you call it? On Cedric Alexander. I mean not Cedric Alexander, Shelton Benjamin, and he stacks him and pins him. A la Roman Reigns. What's the other thing? Smashes him, right? But he pretty much did the three things that what do you call it? Roman Reigns brags about, right? That he did at WrestleMania with Daniel Bryan and Edge, right? Now, Riddle is in action against Morrison. America's Most Wanted, huh? Fucking juvenile horseshit. And backstage Miz saying that no one is more wet than they are. Like, so fucking cringy. If anyone likes their antics, I don't know what to say. I'm not gonna say you shouldn't, or I'm gonna, rip into you or anything, or tell you you're stupid, because whatever floats your boat. If you like it, go ahead, go on with it. But I'm not gonna like it. It's stupid. These are grown men and they're acting like children. You got to still get those stupid water things. And they're dousing poor, what's his name? Old dummy, Byron Saxton. I think he deserved it. But that's the one time I felt for him because I don't like Miz. So it's just like, what I mean? And in the end, we see a Starship Pain by Morrison because he gets distracted because the tag champs happened to come out. They had a little discussion earlier. And they came out and distracted them. I don't know why. They're helping Miz and Morrison is the reason why he got pinned, so they had to put the tag team titles on the line. You think they would align themselves with those guys? I'd be like, fuck you, man. You cost us a what do you call it? A free week that we didn't have to defend our titles. We had to defend our titles. We could have lost them because of you, stuff like that. And in the end, with Starship Pain by Morrison, right? He gets a pin. And then the Raw Tag Team Champions, they lay a beatdown on Riddle with Styles Clash to finish it off, and people were chanting for Randy Orton. I thought he was going to come out. And where is Randy? What's he doing? What's he up to? Taking a break? Maybe. Taking a much-needed vacation? He's got that tenure. He's got that longevity now. He's been in WWE for a long time, so I think he could take a vacation here and there without nobody asking a question. Now, and the 75th time, 75 time. Well, how many times is the 24/7 champion R-Truth is? I mean, you can see I don't care about this, I'm not even getting any of the things right. I'm doing it deliberately because who cares? How many times has he been the champion now? I'm probably close. And he's like, he's what's upping his way down the ramp and is challenging Reginald for the title. And all that Reggie did was a bunch of flippy shit and hits the Molly go round and pins Truth. Like, you really didn't even connect. No collar elbow tie up. You just kept flipping around like a damn Mexican jumping bean. And then he pins Truth. And then, of course, after that, the 24/7 rule it comes back into play. And then the same guys, you can name them, folks, right? Here comes Tozawa, here comes Gulak, here comes the Lucha House Party, here comes, even Humberto Carrillo, because now he's no longer a focus in the U.S. thing, and now he's back to being irrelevant again. And then Reggie does a little flippy shit over the damn top rope. Impressive. I can't do that. Even in my prime, I couldn't do that. And then runs away. And then all the other guys are doing is just standing in the ring looking at him like, oh, what? Why don't you go after him? Like, you were doing that. You wouldn't. These guys weren't even giving what's his name a breath. R-Truth. They were constantly running after him. Why don't they do that with him? Now, Charlotte and Nikki Ash, they go one-on-one. It's a championship contenders match, like I said, and I understand Damian Priest in a match like that. It says that because he's trying to get he's trying to get a opportunity. But Charlotte Flair already has one. at SummerSlam, and then they call it that match. It's almost like now they're gonna start calling all those matches the same title if the champion's involved. It's an opportunity if you pin the champion. Yeah, it's an opportunity. But like I said, Charlotte already has the opportunity. You don't call it that. You shouldn't be calling it that. And this match was like, Nikki really looked bad. She looked like she was just the regular Nikki Ash from before. She wasn't a champion. Some moments here of some moments of you know of a flourish here, flourish there, some offense here, a lot of intensity on her part. But it's like Charlotte Flair was dominating her. You shouldn't let a champion be dominated like that. Oh, yeah, Charlotte Flair. Like people say, "Oh, she's Charlotte Flair. She has to be like that." Not really. I've seen Nikki Cross. I've seen Nikki in NXT. She took Asuka to the limit in the last women's standing match. Almost beat her for the NXT Women's Title, and this is when Asuka was at her peak. That's when they were taking her seriously, and Nikki took her to the limit. I want to see that Nikki. Although she's a superhero now, but that intensity of the crazy Nikki Cross should come out. How about you do a thing where it's an alternate superhero, like she's like, different from her nice kid friendly one, and then she comes out with the intense, psychotic like version that helps her get through the matches, and then she turns back to her lovable self. I'd like to see that. But we see like a reversal of a high cross body. She wanted to do the same thing she did when she won the title, and Charlotte is able to reverse that, and she pins the champ. And I don't care because the title wasn't on the line. Let's see what she does at SummerSlam. You got another, you know, thing there that's going to kind of prevent her from easily winning the title because you got Rhea Ripley in the mix, triple threat match. Don't know if there's going to be any stipulations or whatever, just a regular triple threat match. But then again, triple threat matches are always turned into no disqualification matches. No, just no, when you go for submission, you can't, go to the ropes because it doesn't count. So we'll see the unpredictability of that. Remember, Nikki doesn't necessarily need to be pinned. And of course, that's what Michael Cole would continue to repeat to us about matches. Even though we know the match rules already, he has to always do that because he's got to earn his money, right? Or maybe Vince McMahon is in his ear yelling at him, telling him, "Hey, tell him how the match goes. What are the rules? Tell him, Michael. Tell him, Cole. And then you see at the end, Nikki's busted up because those chops can definitely burst some blood vessels and stuff like that. And she challenges Charlotte. She says that, hey, I lost tonight. I know I did. I tried my best. I know I can beat you. And then, of course, Charlotte does accept her challenge. And what she does, she beats the hell out of her. And all that. And I don't get it. The whole experiment with Charlotte Flair. I was actually behind her last title win, her title win. And if they had kept it on her for a long time, I would have been like, okay. And then I'm positive about this title, the title she won when she won the title. I'm like, this is the first time I'm behind her. And then they pulled this horseshit. I'm going, okay. We all know now what is the whole thing with Charlotte and WWE. It's like they care about title reigns. They don't care about the length of the titles. You imagine she's going to probably be like a 20-time champion, and she only has a combined, let's say, 500 days, probably. And the bulk of that is during her Divas title reign. Wasn't she like 295 or like something like that years? Days, right? Could be wrong, but I know it was around there. Maybe 300. I'm not sure. But she had a title. She had a long title reign, and I think she had a long title reign with one of the Raw or SmackDown ones. I think she did. But again, Raw is just infuriating. It's like so irritating. They have the ability to have some great moments and some great things going, but then you see the same people going after the championships. You see the same people rotating, on a rotation, and then that's them. Like they can't use their 3 hours, and they can't use more than what? How many people in the roster did they use for the 3 hours? But am I excited for the triple threat match for the women's championship? I mean, I like all three. My favorite, of course, is Nikki. She's been that way. One of my favorites since NXT. Rhea Ripley can do no wrong. I enjoy her. Charlotte Flair is talented in the ring, and she has that ability to be likable, but at the same time, it's just she's just hateable because of how WWE. Maybe not even blaming her, WWE, how they're booking her. You know, but we'll see how it pans out in the story that they continue to build as we're going down the road to SummerSlam. Maybe they'll make it interesting, and maybe I'll be behind it. We'll see. But anyway, that's my rundown, my thoughts of Monday Night Raw for the 26th of July, 2021. And for those of you who stopped by and checked out my video, I appreciate it. And in closing, as always, take care.